I've seen my fair share of mashup games, but most miss the point of the original. But Dr. Fetus Mean Meat Machine, or Dr. Mean as I'm going to call it from now on, piqued my interest by taking the Meat Boy and the tile matching genre and basically putting it all through a grinder. So mash up them like and subscribe buttons. It's me, Kanan. This here is the story, and I say that because it's a long one. Basically, just after the events of Super Meat Boy Forever, the Doctor had analysed Meat Boy to try and clone him. The clones not being as great as, well, he'd hoped them to be, due to the DNA imperfections, and thus came up with some crazy chambers to basically weed out the crap from the good. If you want more, then pause it right now and read this. Dr. Mean's gameplay is one of seemingly simplicity. Your DNA misfits cascade down in a Tetris-like way. You may speed up, slow down, and even dash from side to side, although I didn't use this that often. And you do all of this as you work out which position is best to have your DNA misfits to match them at the bottom of the screen with the rest of the DNA misfits in your usual match tiles way. So far, so normal. There's many levels and areas, and most levels have levels to them. And this is where Dr. Mean gets busy with the puzzling. It would have been so easy to basically make this game a normal match 3 tiler with, well, basically the Meat Boy stamped upon it. But no, these mad scientist devs went one further, in true Meat Boy style. Right, so depending on where you are in the game, you're either going to get spookified, chopped up into little bits, shot up, ground up, and more. It's almost like the dev team sat down and went through an A to Z of how to kill things. Basically, it is kind of like Meat Boy in chambers, although I think that's probably part of the point of the game. As you progress through the game, it does keep you on your toes, thinking a level may be easy, then it turns into a monster, and just like the Doctor, you start to enjoy seeing these DNA misfits get destroyed. But matching 3 and above can bring even more joy. And trust me, there were tense times here that I even jumped occasionally when I hit something by mistake and didn't realise I actually jumped. The puzzle elements definitely work well. Working out how to get past the obstacles is truly a task in itself, especially when those obstacles are moving. Luckily enough though, there are checkpoints each time you get past a section. And as well as going all Freddy on ya, Dr. Mean really makes you think about how to get around these obstacles and how to progress next. Sometimes it is trial and error, sometimes it's sheer skill, and sometimes on the odd occasion it is sheer luck, and I have no idea how I did it. The later levels get so hard you wonder if it can be even done, and after like 50 tries, yet no word of a lie, 50 tries, one after the other, and the gameplay can even turn into a race, not against time, but against the obstacles, hitting and deleting already placed DNA misfits. Although I will mention you can actually time trial this because you are timed. What did surprise me, although I did read the blurbs, so I knew they were in here, but it surprised me then as well, is there are bosses. And these battles are hard as nails, I mean really hard. I had to stop playing for a rest before I continued at one point. On occasion it would get so frustrating you would not believe, but I guess the gameplay spoke for itself and I did want to keep hurling myself forward, even though my thumb was actually hurting at the time. As for them visuals, it is a lovely, kind of cute in a weird way game that feels like time's been put into it. It does have the charm of Meat Boy and a great spin for sure. I never turned down any of the sounds, and both graphics and sound had me chuckling to myself from time to time. The music was decent enough, as I said, I did not even turn it down, so that's a win. And let's get on to that score, shall we? In short, I honestly thought I was done with this genre, and a lot of other devs should take note of how to refresh a genre like this to make it more fun. It really would be simple for me to say what you see is basically what you get. But there's so much more. It just keeps changing subtly as you progress, but enough for me to want to keep going and progressing more and more. Sadly, I have not finished it to the complete end yet, but I will be going back to it just to finish it because I enjoyed it that much. Although it is really hard, which is why I haven't quite completed it yet. And for all of what it's done and bringing me back to a genre I thought long forgotten for me, Dr. Fetus Mean Meat Machine, the Arnold Schwarzenegger name of games, I give it a 8 out of 10. And that's just for my rating and how I felt playing this game. Feel free to leave your thoughts below in the comments, and also let me know if you have played any of the other Meat Boy games before. Leaving a like and subscribe would be really nice of you, and come join our community Discord, link is below. Take care out there wherever you are. Until next time, thanks for joining me, because life is better when we switch together.